You just spent $800 on a pile of black nylon and carbon steel that the algorithm swore would save your life. But right now, it's all sitting in a closet, tags still on, because deep down you know that a titanium spork and a serrated zombie killer won't stop you from freezing to death when the power goes out. The prepper economy runs on a simple formula: fear plus disposable income. They sell you the image of survival, not the reality. And the reality is that half the gear you bought is dead weight. It's time to return it and buy the boring, ugly, cheap things that actually work. Subscribe so you never miss this. Stay for number 8. The one item that costs more than a used car and does less than a $13 tool your grandfather used every single day. Number 1. The paracord bracelet. It's a fashion accessory disguised as preparedness. 5 feet of cord wrapped around your wrist in a weave so tight it takes 10 minutes to unravel. In a real emergency, you need cordage immediately, not after a tedious unknotting session. The bracelet also soaks up sweat, grime, and bacteria until it smells like a locker room. Most people wear one for 2 years and never once deploy it. You want real paracord. A 100-foot hank of genuine 7-strand, 550 cord costs $10. Throw it in your bag. It's ready in seconds, not minutes. The bracelet is a survival mood ring. The hank is a tool. Number 2. The hollow handle survival knife. It looks like Rambo, it feels like Rambo, it breaks like a Rambo, it breaks like a cheap toy. The hollow handle is formed around a thin, rat tail tang where the blade meets the grip. That is the single highest stress point on any knife. A hollow handle knife will snap exactly there under heavy use, betoning wood, prying, or even a hard twisting cut. The compass in the cap is a toy. The fishing line inside is a gimmick. You need a full tang knife, a solid piece of steel from tip to pommel, with scales bolted to the sides. A Morak companion costs $20. It's ugly. It's plastic. It will outlast your grandchildren. Return the movie prop. Buy the tool. Number 3. The giant ferro rod. It throws a shower of sparks 2 feet long. YouTube loves it. But if you can't start a fire with a single match, you can't start one with a 10,000 spark rod. A ferro rod requires perfectly prepped tinder, fine motor skills, and dry conditions. In the cold and wet, with shaking hands, it's a frustration generator. Most preppers toss a ferro rod into their kit and never practice. You need a disposable Bic lighter. 3 for $1. They work at altitude, in the wind if you cup your hand, and require exactly 1 thumb. When the Bic dies, you have a backup ferro rod. But the Bic is your primary. The giant spark stick is a backup tool pretending to be a frontline fighter. Return it and buy a 50-pack of lighters. You'll still have money left for dinner. Number 4. The zombie killer machete. The blade is green. The serrations are useless. The weight is absurd. You are not decapitating the undead. You are processing firewood, clearing brush, and building shelters. A heavy, thick, spined, mall ninja machete exhausts your arm in 10 swings. You need a thin, light, Latin pattern machete with a wood handle, and Imicasa or Tramontina costs $15. It flexes. It doesn't look tactical. It doesn't need to. It cuts through green saplings like they're celery. The zombie killer is a wall hanger. The Latin machete is a workhorse. Return the fantasy. Number 5. The multi-tool with 40 functions. It has a fish scaler, a golf divot tool, and 3 different bottle openers. It weighs 2 pounds, and the pliers wobble. In a crisis, you need 4 things: pliers, a knife blade, a Phillips screwdriver, and a flathead. That's it. A cheap multi-tool with too many functions is a collection of compromises. The screwdrivers strip screws because the steel is soft. The pliers pinch your palm under load. You want a dedicated tool for each task. A simple 6-inch adjustable wrench and a good folding knife will outperform any $50 multi-tool in actual repairs. Most people carry a brick of gadgets and never use half of them. Return the Swiss Army Titanic. Buy a Leatherman if you must, but even better, buy a small tool roll and fill it with the real tools you use. Number 6. The life straw as your primary filter. The life straw is a brilliant invention. It is also the most misused piece of survival gear on the market. People buy it as their only water purification, imagining they'll drop to their bellies and suck from a muddy pond. That works for a day hike. In a grid-down scenario, you need to filter water for cooking, cleaning wounds, and hydrating multiple people. You can't fill a pot with a life straw. You can't wash a wound. You can't share it easily without swapping spit. You need a gravity-fed filter system, or a pump filter that processes gallons, The life straw is your backup, stuffed in a side pocket for the moment you are on the move and the main filter is lost. Return it if it's your only plan. Upgrade to a Sawyer Squeeze with a gravity bag kit. Same price range, far greater capability. Number 7. The Tactical Tomahawk. It has a spiked beard, a hammer pull, and a matte black finish. It's designed for breaching doors and looking menacing. Unless you are a SWAT operator, you are not breaching doors. You're splitting kindling and driving tent stakes. A tactical tomahawk is too short for effective chopping, too heavy for fine carving, and the spike is a snag hazard that will puncture your own gear. You need a simple hatchet. A wooden-handled camp hatchet with a forged steel head costs $30. It splits wood, pounds steaks, and won't scare your neighbors into calling the one cop that still has a working car. Return the Viking cosplay. Buy the hatchet your grandfather would recognize. Number 8. The expensive BOV, bug-out vehicle. This is the final overrated fantasy. The lifted 4x4 with the snorkel, the roof rack, the jerry cans, and the winch. It cost more than a year's salary. It screams, I have supplies to every desperate person on the road. And when the highways are parking lots, it's just as stuck as a Prius. The real bug-out vehicle is a maintained daily driver, with a full tank of gas, a pair of walking boots in the trunk, and a map. Most people pour money into an off-road monster they never use while their actual car has bald tires and no spare water. Return the idea that you'll drive over boulders away from the apocalypse. Spend that money on a deep pantry, a generator, and the skills to use them. The vehicle that fits in, starts every time, and gets you to your rally point on pavement is the one that saves your life. Here is the reality. The glossy catalogs will never print. Survival does not reward the most expensive gear. It rewards reliability, simplicity, and redundancy. The shiny black tactical items with 100 functions are designed to catch your eye, not to catch a spark, not to split wood, and not to filter water for a family. Most people's closets are museums of bad purchases made in fear. You will return the movie props. You will buy the boring, ugly, proven tools. You will spend the leftover money on food, water storage, and a first aid class. The gear is not the solution. The gear is just a mirror. And right now, it's reflecting a person who was sold a fantasy. It's time to break the illusion. Now drop a comment and tell me this. What is the single most overrated survival item you ever bought? The one that now lives in a drawer because you realized it was junk? Write it down, shame it publicly. Then go pull it out, take a picture, and remember this moment the next time the algorithm tries to sell you something. And in the next video, we are going through your bank statement. The 10 prepper purchases you should make before the end of the month, every single one under $20, every single one that will still work when the power doesn't. I'll see you there.